Rewatching T2 after years puts a different spin on the way you watch a movie. It fascinates me that cinema from a different perspective is completely different from the last time you ever watched it. Watching T2 as an 8-year-old is completely different from watching it as a 17-year-old today. I still remember watching Arnold's character dying at the end and me in tears every single time. Watching it now is just as good, if not even better, than when I watched it as an 8-year-old. But what really struck out to me is how this movie is just so cool. Like when T100 is on the motorcycle and jumps down with the bike. Moments like this make the movie cool, but not just because the stunts are real or they have been shot in a certain way, but rather the cool collectiveness Arnold carries with the role. As a whole, Arnold isn't known as the most incredible actor in the world, but his success is because of the persona Arnold carries with him. The way he carries himself as T100 is just cool, but not because the character itself has style, but rather it's the nature of the character itself. From the opening sequence in the bar where he steals a guy's clothes and looks like an epic biker, he walks and talks like a robot, but with the sense of style that makes him be cool naturally. Even in an epic action sequence like this one, T100 reloads the gun with one hand while driving a motorcycle, making him even cooler. But it's also the human approach that Arnold brings to the T100 where he makes him much more interesting as a character.
Gotta listen to the way people talk. You don't say affirmative or some shit like that. You say no problemo. And if someone comes up to you with an attitude, you say eat me. And if you want to shine them on, it's hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, or later, dickwad. And if someone gets upset, you say chill out. Or you could do combinations.
Chill out, dickwad.
This makes him much more than a cool protector, but an actual character, which has an improved character arc by the end. I remember caring about the T-100 so much that I cried every time he died, and I watched this movie every other weekend. It was either Sam Raimi's Spider-Man or this movie. But another aspect that always made the movie so good was T-1000. Robert Patrick's performance is downright terrifying. I remember reading about a detail where Robert Patrick got the role without saying a word, which makes sense on all accounts because the T-1000 is the exact opposite of Arnold. Arnold is big and muscular, while the T-1000 is lean and extremely quick. But what makes him incredible is not only the shape-shifting abilities, but the way Robert Patrick makes him feel like an emotional, relentless hunter. This man constantly on pursuit, no matter what comes in his way, really makes him terrifying, and the film is always on the edge. The pulse-pounding pace never stops and always makes it more as an audience to see what's going to happen. The sequence of John running in the mall and finds Arnold, who opens a box full of roses, pulling out a gun, while from the other end is a T-1000, is one of the most electrifying moments I've seen in my life. But one thing I was wondering while I was watching the movie is the fact that it looks so blue. T2 is a movie that's completely different from the first film, but always has this distinct blue tint in some scenes, which made me wonder why. I tried googling this and ended up finding Reddit posts, which aren't the most reliable things on the planet. But thinking about this blue tint, I've come to the conclusion that it sets the mood of the overall movie. The movie is often cold, and it has this striking pace which really never lets up until only the part where T100, John, Sarah are in the car when they go to the border. The blue gives it the perfect tones it needs, and not only is it an epic action sequences, but in the quiet scenes that makes it very much sci-fi. But why do I love this movie? Why do we love this movie? Looking for the answer, it can be seen in today's time. With the rise of ChatGPT and AI, it has become a prevalent issue in today's time. The future seems uncertain and every person doesn't know where we're heading, for better or for worse. But at the end, this movie always teaches us the same thing: hope. To me is what always made this movie stick in my mind. That maybe at the end of it, all we can do is hope and try to make the greatest good impact we can. It's the idea of a robot being good while another can be bad. A mother who cares for her son yet wants him to grow up to be strong. These things stick with me, and plus a cool Arnold, incredible action set pieces, and cool dialogues make this the coolest movie ever made.
De la vista, baby.